Hey everybody, again this is Justin Pontarelli doing some Interstellar Pilot. Today we're going to be fielding a question from one of my subscribers. It's really not a question, more of an issue, the way it was worded. Let me see if I can quickly pull up the question on my computer as I work off my Android phone. My computer's kind of slow, guys, so give me a moment or two while I look up the question. But basically, before I read it verbatim, and since you guys can, what happens once that's on here? Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys could see that, but since I don't do editing, that's apparently going to be a part of the video if you did see that. Someone's trying to call me on my phone here. Yeah, so anyway, no big deal. That I can call them later. Let's see here though. Here we go. Now I got YouTube up on my computer, and it's not exactly a question, more of an issue. It was a comment on another video I did. My subscriber says, "My refinery is filling up with gold and diamonds. I'm not getting any trade with jewelry factories. My refinery is in Androla, next to Gatopia." So he's playing, I believe it's, let's see here. He's doing Uncharted Space. But I do have a file to load where I can address these questions. I just gotta find the file. So I've dealt with this before, and there's a couple solutions. They're not the greatest, but let's see, where are we here? Let's see here. I don't want to do Uncharted Space. This might be it. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I've got a lot of files here. Nope, should be further up on that. Let's try this. Of course, it might be the Farmer John mission, or my Farmer John file. Okay. Here we are in my favorite, the Orion X. I love the Orion X class vessel. I think it's great. It's the perfect blend of weapons, ports, and speed. As always, you can tell. See, they took away our ability to use the paintbrush. I mean, look at this. I'm not paying to use the brush. Notice the little crown next to it? Not happening. Used to be free. But anyway, if you look at the right-hand side of my screen, top right, and going down, 10 ECMs. You can load as many as you want, pretty much. I mean, you can fit like a lot on this thing. But I find 10 is it's good enough. 10 ECM level 2 to keep away missiles. This thing can cloak, so I can always hide if I wanted to. 4 forward-facing level 2 laser turrets. 30 interceptor missiles launched out of the military-grade launcher, and a basic cloaking device. This was, let's see here. This is a super small universe. I think it's called the Tiny Universe. With the Tiny Universes, you get one planet, one area that sells or has the gray rocks, another one that has the ice rocks. And if I'm correct, I do have a refinery. This should be perfect then. Alright, great. Let's get rid of the turrets though. I don't need those. So I've got I got a couple miners, okay, that do my mining. See, you got the Prompt, the Mistral, the Bulldog, and also have the Royal and the Pike. No, actually, I'm sorry. Correction. The Royal. Okay, so I got 4. The Royal, the Bulldog, the Mistral, and the Prompt. So for the most part, let's check the scanners here from this in this sector. There's a farm, a shipyard, and I believe, and a military outpost. I believe this was after I actually went to war with the rival faction that also had a mining operation in this area. And I basically used this ship almost by itself, I think, to destroy my rivals. That, of course, I also had a couple turrets to work with. Got a couple laser turrets, level 5. And then after that, you figure out really quickly that a good way to deal with excess cargo is to set up your haulers, okay? Now, let's see what else we can do let's see what our trading options are. Okay. So you got cargo prices. In this case, my subscriber, by the way, thank you for the question or the comment. I love it. It's a great reason to make a video for. You mentioned diamonds and gold. Okay. Now, in my case, that's okay. We got the jewelry factory, and it'd be the gold ore. Or no, sorry, it'd be the gold and diamonds. Okay. Yeah, it would be the gold ore. Yeah, so that's what that would be. Okay. So what happens is, basically, with the refineries, let me see if I can quickly get mine up on the screen here. In case you guys don't know, what happens with these things is simple, right? Okay. So you take in either the copper or the iron ore, along with, of course, ice, crystals, and scrap. Both scrap metal and scrap electronics. And look at what these things can produce. So depending on what things are randomly brought to your refineries, you can end up with a bunch of diamonds, or chips, and gold ore, or alloys, or purified water, or more chips, okay? So one of the problems that you're going to run into with refineries, if you decide to run one, is that they can back up. You can literally run into a situation where, just like mine here, for example, it's getting full. Notice you go to the lower left-hand corner of the screen where it says cargo usage. Okay. This is my refinery, the Ace Refinery. I've got 2,182 units of cargo out of a maximum of 2,500. Okay. And in this case, though, there is an actual jewelry facility in the area, I think. Or maybe not. Let me just double check that again. So we go to gold ore, and we do have a buyer. There's a possible buyer, okay? But in terms of automatic trade, you're not always going to get automatic trading, especially if there's other places for these guys to pick up gold ore or diamonds, okay? Especially if there's competition with other refineries, and if you're not the one with the cheapest prices, or if you're not the closest one to the factory, then you might go someplace else. So first possible solution, and I also wanted to say this, guys, okay? Let's see, water, purified water. Okay. It used to be especially on the really tiny maps, refineries tend to jam up, typically because there's a gap in the production of something. Now, thankfully, in this case, there's a buyer for water. Now, here, check this out, though. There's definitely a bottleneck here with produce. Okay? Eventually, these farmers are going to back up. There's going to be no more space in their facilities for produce. And since there's no buyers, eventually they're going to stop buying my water. Because look who buys my water. It's the farmers. And eventually I can back up with water. Okay? So that's one concern, especially on the tiny maps. Now on a larger map, like Uncharted Space, there's less of a problem with things backing up. Okay? Let's see, let's try another example real quick. So yeah, so we had, our example was gold ore and diamonds. In this case, thankfully, there's a facility that will take the diamonds and the jewelry. Or sorry, the gold ore. But the question becomes, what if they're not automatically going in and taking your stuff? What do you do about it? Okay. So let's go to property. In my opinion, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your own dedicated haulers. Either the regular hauler A class or, the better hauler H class. Okay? In this case, I already have one sitting here waiting, just doing nothing. Okay? Now, I could have him automatically trading, but there's no guarantee that he's going to actually go out and take the stuff out of the refinery and send it where I want him to take it. So let's hop into him. So now we're in our hauler H, the pike. Now, you notice that the trade option is grayed out. Okay? That's because you're not going to trade with your own base. You're going to do a transfer. So, go up, past passengers, past ship info, and see how it says cargo transfer? Click on that. Click on trade with your refinery. And in this case, pick whatever you like. The diamonds can bring in lots of money, but in this case, because there's so much gold ore, I'm going to take every last bit that I can get my hands on. Okay. There we go. So we're loaded up. Now, obviously, what we do from here is very simple, but in case you're new to the game, okay, let me walk you through it. So now you have your cargo in your hauler. Go to cargo prices. Go to gold ore. Click on the buyer. Click on toggle waypoint. And then click on order move to. And you can tell he's already automatically set up to do the job. We've already given him an order. Now in this case, I have given him a cloaking device. So let's double check his orders. Ship, orders, fleet settings. Now he's not on a fleet, but individually you can give ships individual orders. I have him set to prefer to dock and cloak. So once he's doing his job, he's going to cloak and dock. As far as stance, I do have him set up to intercept hostiles, which automatically means if he was not cloaked, he will defend himself, but he should not be going out of his way to attack enemies. But since he's set up to cloak, he's not going to bother attacking anything because no one's going to be attacking him. Okay? Likewise, if you didn't have a cloaking device, you just want them to ignore enemies and just kind of quickly go to their destination, you can deselect this right here as well. Okay. And the nice thing is, I don't got to babysit this guy. I can go off right now and jump into another ship. So let's find my favorite ship and hop in. Okay. So what I did is I went down my properties list, select my ship, and press enter. So, and then once, you can always check your property list. It's a tiny universe, so they're going to get there pretty quickly, okay? So let's see here. So there he is. Once he's at the jewelry factory, I can manually select him and trade with the base, okay? Now later on in this file, you can already tell I'm doing very well with my funds. I have well over 1 million credits. Eventually I can make my own jewelry factory, okay? Basically, you take it, you make whatever you want, right? That's the nice thing about having a refinery. You can start building anything that's missing in terms of production. Let me get back to our example, okay? Produce, right? Lots of farms, but there's no ration factories, okay? No ration factories. So what's going to happen? Like I said, the farmers are going to get backed up with produce. They're going to get jammed up. Once they get jammed up, they're not going to buy water, which means my refineries will be backed up with water. And it has happened before. Typically, though, it happens when there's no farmers. Okay, no farms, no one to buy water. There's always someone selling ice. If they go to your base, you buy the ice, you make water. Eventually, your refinery is full of water. Which brings me to my next option in terms of how to fix the problem of my refineries getting jammed up. Okay, so what would you do? Easy. I'll show you right now, guys. Okay, where's the nearest refinery? Let's go here. I'll show you another way to enter the building, guys. If you didn't know this, there's target, enter. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. At this point, what you would do is I believe you can go to... let's see here. How about I didn't do this wrong? Station, nope, not station info. Actually, I did this wrong. You can't do it this way. I don't think you can do it this way. Let me just check around. Yeah, you can't do it this way. Okay, my apologies, guys. Let's go to Properties, Refinery B. There we go. Click on Cargo at the bottom of this box. And check it out. So let's say in the real life problem that I encountered, one of my refineries was chocked full of water. There was no farmers, no one was buying it. Let's say in this case, heaven forbid there's no one to buy your jewelry. Piece of cake. You're going to lose a little bit of money because obviously someone might have sold you the copper or the iron to make the gold. But, hey, sometimes this happens. In which case, click eject. Select the quantity that you want to get rid of, whether it's all of it or just some of it, and click eject. That's it. Simple. But before I do that, let me actually get into a ship and show you what that might look like, okay? Let's go to docking bay. I'm going to get into my hauler. Enter. Undock. Okay. Now I'll do it this way. Log. Wait, first I just want to double check. That's the Refinery B. Log. Properties. We're going to click on our Refinery B. Cargo. And we want to eject approximately... That's perfect. Okay. Now check it out. There it is right there in front of you. See that? Bingo. I just freed up 81 units of space in my refinery. Okay. But in this case, I'm going to keep it in there, and we're going to put it back in. Okay. So there's two options. Either you can manually find someone to trade with, in which case I recommend investing in at least one hauler H. Okay. If you got more money, obviously, you probably don't have a trading issue. If you got lots of money, obviously on a bigger map, there shouldn't be a problem. But if you want to manually get rid of your stuff quicker, get a hauler H. Yes, this does mean that you're going to have to kind of do some babysitting, okay? For lack of a better thing to call it, okay? So anyway, let's go here. Back into the, yeah, here we are. This guy, let's go back into him. So at this point, he reached his destination a long time ago. Okay, he's in the jewelry factory. Go to trade. And of course this place is full. They're not going to take my stuff. That's bad. Yeah, see that? Get rid of some of it, but not all of it. Okay, well that's annoying. So that's a good follow-up question. What do you do now? Well, let's try this. Sometimes you can get lucky and find someone that's buying your stuff or wants to buy your stuff. Cargo, sell cargo. Yep. Check it out. See, you can do that too. Don't be afraid to contact, other vessels in the area. They'll take your stuff. Cool, huh? Ship, cargo. 6 more left to go. Now I can probably just get rid of it maybe here. Let's find out. Wait, that's right, probably not, because everyone else wants to get rid of it too. Huh. Yeah, that's not going to happen, but... At this point, it's 3 units of stuff. It's not a big deal. Dump it into space. I don't care. Someone else can have the gold. Anyway, so that's one option right there, guys, okay? You can get a hauler H or hauler A class. Preferably equip it with a cloaking device if you can afford it. And then try to find buyers, okay? Especially if buyers exist on the map, anywhere on the map. Like in this case, thankfully we can get rid of our jewelry, or I'm sorry, our gold and diamonds. There is a potential buyer, even though at this point they're probably full. And they're probably full because the only trade station on the map is probably pretty full too, okay? But that's the problem with tiny universes. Things get full very fast, okay? So I don't recommend the tiny universes. You would at least want the universe with 5 sectors. The 3-sector maps are they get kind of boring very quickly, and things get backed up. Okay, so let's review the options so far. You can simply dump stuff into space and accept your losses, okay? In which case, don't be afraid to supplement your income with other things, like a taxi service. Or if you have competitors, don't be afraid to take your stuff and give it away to another refinery. You can go bounty hunting. Okay, you can have some fun while you're waiting and attack pirate bases. Okay, In this case, do we have ready to attack? Absolutely, we do. Okay, we've got what's left of the Jaguar Brigade. The Seda Collective is, well, they're alive, but they're kind of deprived. Alive and deprived. Anyway, Leopard Armor is doing fine. And I have a bounty on me of 32,000, credits. So yeah, so I could go pirate hunting. I could go bounty hunting. I could run missions for other factions. But as far as direct methods of dealing with the problem of too much cargo in your refineries, you can dump it, okay, by ejecting the cargo. Let's quickly review that. So you go into the refinery of your choice, enter, wait, that's right, I did it the wrong way. Properties, refinery, cargo, pick the thing to eject, and dump it. Okay, so that's one option. The other option is you go into your hauler, go to cargo transfer, click on the refinery, click on the thing to transfer. Okay, click on cargo prices, and manually do the trading yourself, because sometimes you have to. And again, my tips to make the journey safer for your ships: go to the icon in the lower left-hand corner, click on ship, click on orders, click on fleet settings, make sure that prefer to dock and cloak. Oh, this happened again. My apologies, guys. That's someone contacting me that doesn't exactly like me. I don't know if that pauses the recording or not, but I just got a call again from the same person. They don't exactly like me though, so I'm not sure why they're calling me. Anyway, don't worry about it. Okay, like I said, make sure that prefer to dock and prefer to cloak are both checked like so. And the stance, it's okay if intercept hostiles is checked, especially in my opinion if you don't have a cloaking device. You at least want the ship to be able to defend itself, but if you want it simply to run directly to its drop-off point, you can check both boxes as well. But if your ship can cloak, it's going to stay cloaked, and don't worry about it. Even if this box is checked, it's okay. Okay? And that's manual trading. So again, you can dump cargo. You can engage in manual trading. And, oh yes, that's right. You can also do this. Let's go to property. Let's tell him to get back to a base or something. Let's go dock at this one, I guess. There we go. What was the other option? I forgot. Let's see, I got this guy going to the jewelry factory to drop off more stuff. This guy is going back to base. And where's the other ships? This stuff's just floating in space. Oh, I only have the two haulers right now on this file. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, the other option was to grab some cargo, put it on one of your ships. Let's pretend this one's loaded with stuff. Scan for a trader. contact them, and typically there'd be an option to sell cargo, hopefully, and have them buy the stuff that no one else is buying. Okay? So at the very least, you can hopefully manage to get rid of your excess stuff. If you can't, then just eject the cargo and accept your loss. That's really the best answer sometimes. Because unfortunately, you're not always going to find people who want to take your stuff, especially on smaller universes like this one. On a tiny universe with just 3 sectors, it's very difficult. Now, on the 5-sector universes, there's more competition, more bases, probably less odds of having your refinery get locked up with goods. Now, in things like uncharted space, the best thing to do is just make sure you have buy a bunch of haulers, buy a bunch of regular haulers, either the A class or the H class, and engage in manual trading. Okay. The problem is you do have to babysit your own vessels. I admit it, that's pretty annoying. I don't like doing that, but it can work, especially if people are actually buying your stuff. In this case, he's not. He's gonna buy some of it, apparently, but not all of it. So obviously he doesn't want to buy all of it, but he's buying some of it. Oh look, we got them all. He bought it all, that's great. Okay. We are empty, look at that. Ship. Yep, nothing in cargo. In fact, let's pick up that stuff that we dumped earlier. And we'll pop back in there. And hopefully sell it. There you go. Perfect. Alright. And, and you don't have to simply rely on your refineries to make you money. Don't be shy about, going to a military base, buy some ships, or, go to one of the trade stations, buy some ships to do taxi runs. A taxi service is a great way to make money. Very easy, very solid, very reliable. Okay? Run some, bounty hunting missions. Go blow some stuff up, have a little bit of fun. In the meantime, you're going to still be building up credits. We've only been running for about 30 minutes now, and we've already built up an additional 200,000 plus credits. That's pretty good. It's not fast, but it's, considering I only have 2 refineries on a tiny universe, that's pretty good, right? Okay. So you go back here, for example, right? Okay. Let's go to here. Okay. Let's quickly check for any gaps in the production grid. You'll see what I mean real quick. Okay, so as far as copper, no one's going to sell copper because that's something you harvest out of the rocks. So we're fine here. So I'll look for any open columns. Good there. Good there. Perfect. Great. Fine. Okay. Again, ice is carved out of rocks. I'm the buyer. I buy the rocks that turn into water. As far as I know, no one in the game sells impulse, period, and you cannot produce it. So maybe someone has found it. I don't know. I have not. Guys, if you're watching this, please comment below if you ever found someone who's actively sold you impulse. Okay. Again, iron ore. You get it from rocks. I'm the buyer. In fact, in this particular file, I have a monopoly on, as far as being a refinery, I've got a monopoly. I'm the only game in town in this file. Medipack's fine, nanochips, lots of buyers there, that's great. Right now, though, this is the only gap in this trade system. Yeah, so far, it's the only gap. No one's producing rations. So like I said, in this particular file, the problem would be this. The farmers need water to make their food. I sell the water, they buy the water, they make food. Eventually these buildings get locked up. Too much food, no one's buying it because there's no buyers for it. Okay? Which means eventually it's going to come back and hurt me. Which means eventually all my bases, my refineries, will be full of water. Now I did run into an instance one time when I was playing when I did have to dump water. I just dumped it. And no one was going to buy it. I just dumped it. Now again, sometimes you can get lucky with stuff that you want to dump. Okay. So again, to review the third option, let's pretend I had stuff to sell. Click on a trader. That one. Click that. And click on sell cargo. In this case, it's just buy cargo. I'm not going to buy cargo. But you would click on sell cargo. And with luck, he'll take the stuff that you want to get rid of. Sometimes random traders will actually, buy stuff that can't be sold anywhere else. Maybe they can't get rid of the water. Sell it to them anyway. But then eventually, you fix your own problem. Okay? In this case, no one's producing rations, right? How do you fix that problem of rations? Let's see. How do you do that? Okay. Right now, if I wanted to, I could make my own rations factory. Okay. Which means that I could buy that food, produce those rations, and then once I have rations, we can sell them at 200 plus credits a pop to the nearest trade station. And especially when you have a refinery, you want to start being able to take your own stuff, send it to your other factories, and then sell it to the nearest trade station. Eventually you have enough money to buy a trade station, and there you go. Okay. And let me show you what that looks like. If I can find the right file. Okay, let's see here. Not these ones, these are the new ones. Because I'm going to try to get back to my newer files with you guys. There was the pirate mission, or the pirate theme file I was trying to do, and the mercenary file. Okay. This one's a good one. Let's try this one here. Okay. This might actually be the same map. I'm not sure. Let's just double check. Nope, not the same. This one is let's see what the station is. I think the station is... I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, it's a military base. Yeah, it's a military base. Okay. In this particular file, my Faction name is food, because I'm mostly a farmer. Let's go to properties. And so this thing is a military base. It's also my headquarters and storehouse. So if I had any extra stuff... Oh yeah, that leads me to my next idea. If you have extra stuff that you want to get rid of, but don't want to simply eject it into space, don't be afraid to buy either a repair base or a military base. And compared to making a factory, like a jewelry factory or a rations factory, for example, which, again, are very expensive. Okay. And check it out. Even a simple rations factory is 1,000,000+ credits. Military base is only 300,000, which you can actually save up 300,000+ credits as a refinery owner pretty quickly. So in my case, in this file, I actually did have a problem with extra stuff. My refineries were actually getting locked up. So this is actually a very good temporary solution. Buy a place to put your extra stuff. In this case, a storehouse. Okay, because even your military bases have cargo capacity. Let me just double check what it is, though. Yeah, so my storehouse has... I won't tell you. Info. Let's see. It's got a cargo space of 1,500. It's not bad. It's not the same as a refinery, but it's not bad. So if I got backed up with, say, purified water, I could take the extra stuff and dump it into my storehouse. Okay? But eventually, you know, you have your... well, I thought I had refineries. That's strange. Where'd they go? I'm embarrassed. I don't have any refineries. Okay. Well, that's right. In this file, I was going to start off, I think, as a refinery owner, but instead I became a farmer instead. I sold the refinery parts and bought farm parts. I'm a farmer in this one. Okay. Yeah, so that's interesting. Why was that? Why was I a farmer? That's why. Notice how I'm the only person that makes food. I have an orbital farm. No one else makes food. Which means that the refineries would have eventually got backed up with water. Notice how much water they have in their storage. Like, see how it says quantity? Okay, it's seller, quantity, price. The quantity tells you how much water they should have in storage. This one's got 1,400. His refinery is halfway full with water. I'm the only one buying it. I'm the only one making water, which means if I wasn't making food, then these refineries would get jammed up and would stop doing anything. Once they're full of water, that's it. They're done. Everything stops. Okay. So I decided to trade in my parts, my refinery parts, and become a farmer instead. Okay. And then, you know, I make food, so why not make rations? And then from there, what else do we have? Got a trade station. I think the farms also make... hold on a second. Trying to think here, guys. I'm sorry. Cargo... Food grains, yeah. They also create food grains, which are only bought at breweries. So, of course, I have a brewery right there. And, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go there. And if you have a brewery, you also have to have... Oh, you don't. Well, anyway, got a rations factory, got a trade station, the farm, yeah, the brewery. Okay, there you go. So anyway, this was not the right file. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I meant to find the proper file. That was not the proper file. So it's not the Farmer John file. Okay, hold on. Because I apologize. The wrong file. Maybe it's this one? No, not that one. Weird. Very weird. Where'd it go? Huh. Well, let's try this one. Guys, I'm sorry. I thought I had an example of what happens after you have your game advanced far enough if you're a refinery owner. Anyway, if I can't show you, I'll just tell you. The idea is that you start to buy more stations. You know, you got a refinery that's producing gold, diamonds. You buy a jewelry factory. Watch, this is probably not it either. Okay. Let's not do ships. Or turrets. Okay. This is definitely not it. Weird. Okay. That's... Well, is it this one? I don't know. Well, while I'm waiting for this one to load, I'm gonna have some water. Okay. Did I just load the same one? I did, didn't I? Cargo, turrets. Okay, there's nothing here except the station. That's really weird. Okay. Where did it go? Okay. Is it, maybe I could just use that one as an example? I don't want to do Uncharted Space, though. I think it's that one. Ah, maybe this one. Yeah, maybe the one with 13 million credits, right? Let's try that one. That might be it. That makes sense, right? As we approach the 50th minute. Yeah, this is my own station. I have a couple stations, I think, in this file. Let's go to log, property, Let's get rid of cargo, turrets, ships, and where's just the stations? Okay. There we go. Perfect. We have a refinery. Okay. So what do? Okay. Well, guess what? You're filling up maybe with gold and diamonds. Eventually, you make your own jewelry factory. Okay? You're filling up with water? Guess what? You make some farms. The farms fill up and they produce food grains. They make some breweries. Your farms are filling up, of course, with produce. You make rations factories. Got an arms factory because this thing also produces alloys and chips. Okay. Then eventually, all these things fill up, and guess what? You need a place to sell all this stuff that you make. And finally, you have enough money to build things like a trade station, a shipyard, and of course a military base just for fun. And check it out. This thing is full. Look at that. 2,900 and so on and so forth cargo usage out of 3,000. Now in this case, what happens if you have a station, if you don't know, is the planet below buys the stuff that you make, or that you carry, okay? Kind of like a Walmart in space, okay? It's the Walmart in space. So let's just go to info, factory, check it out. See that? You take in brews and to get money. You take in diamonds and you produce money. That's what the factory makes. It makes money. It does it by selling the stuff to the people on the planet, and you get money. So in this case, the trade station is the only time when you don't want to simply eject the cargo out into space. You don't want to do that. So it's going to automatically take the stuff and get rid of it. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay. Of course, a proper faction needs an outpost, right? This is a military outpost. It sells weapons and stuff. It sells ships, just like that one does. Gotta have your own shipyard, right? Just make your own ships. And of course, what would a proper faction be without guns? Lots of guns. So you got your light arms factory. Got another outpost, another military outpost, and a... Oh, this is just a repair base, I think. Let's go to info. It's a repair shop. Yep, that's what that is. And it sells extra, or it has extra missiles and ECM just in case. And get a decent sized, military here. But this is eventually what happens if you can manage a refinery. Eventually you make all this stuff, and that's it. That's what happens. It might not look like a big army, but with 13 plus million credits, I could easily make a lot more. Okay. Easily, no problem. And that's it, guys. So that's basically how you deal with the jammed up refinery. You can make a military base or a repair base to store the extra stuff that you can't deal with yet, you can make buy a hauler H or a hauler A class and do manual trading with any potential trade partners. Or if you get desperate, just dump the stuff into space. Or you can also try to transfer it to one of your haulers and then contact random ships to see if they'll buy your stuff. And when you're looking through the list of ships, let me just go over that one more time, guys. You would go here, scanner, and make sure it says trader. All the ships that are interested in buying stuff are listed as traders. Okay? Like, I could contact that guy, contact him. There'd be an option for sell cargo or just cargo. Click on the cargo button, click sell cargo, and there you go. Simple as that. So let's, gotta do the proper sign-off, correct? Log, properties. There we go, Avenger. Avenger, assemble. So guys, I hope that addresses the question of what can be done if you're trying to run a refinery and it's getting backed up with stuff like water or gold or even alloys or chips, electronic chips, diamonds, whatever it is. There's a bunch of options. Try them all out. And this is Justin Pontarelli flying the Avenger of the Merc for Hire faction. Signing off and saying I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was educational. And hey, leave a comment below if you like the video. Feel free to like the video. And guys, if anyone ever wants to donate, let me know. I'll set something up. Currently, I don't have a job because I have epilepsy. I do try my best to get out videos as often as I can, just for fun. I guess people do like them, so that's nice. So guys, I really do appreciate the subscribers I do have. I definitely appreciate the feedback on my videos, especially when someone gives me an idea for a video. I remember one time someone says, you know, do a pirate-themed video. So I did. I did a bandit mission thing. I might even get back to it if you guys liked it. But you know, a lot of times my epilepsy keeps me in bed because my mind won't work very well sometimes, and it's tough. And as a man, it doesn't sit right with me not to have any income, not to have a job. You know, not that I consider this a job, but if anyone wants to donate anything to me at all for any reason, let me know. I do have a PayPal account. I'm not trying to beg for anything, okay? So it's not like that. I'm not going to ask anyone to subscribe to my channel or whatever, you know. I don't even have this thing monetized, okay? It's not a big deal for me, okay? So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you have an idea for a video, please comment below. And also remember, I don't only do Interstellar pilot videos. I also do some Christian ministry videos. So if you're interested in my beliefs, you can also leave a comment below. I'll tell you what I believe in terms of the Bible and stuff. Beyond that, this is what I do for fun sometimes. I also enjoy hiking, animals, yeah, old-fashioned movies. If you guys ever watch, what is it there, I'm having a brain fart, I'm sorry. Oh, man. Gone with the Wind, for example. I love Gone with the Wind. Old movie. Yeah, you wouldn't think I would like it, right? It's true, I love it. I think it's great. So I've also watched other old movies as well. It's a Wonderful Life, for example, is a great movie. And then after watching other old stuff, I've decided to watch other old black and white movies. There's a lot of nice old movies out there that are really fun to watch, really enjoyable. The graphics might not be what we want them to be, but they're really fun to watch. I gotta admit it. Some great old storytelling, great character development in a lot of these old movies. I never really intended this channel to be just about one game. I really never actually intended to start making gaming videos to begin with, because I didn't know if anyone would actually want to watch me play Interstellar Pilot. It was just a game that I found on the Google Play Store. I started playing it. I liked it a lot. I don't play it every day anymore like I used to, because it does get old eventually, but it's still fun to revisit, because there is replayability in the game, I think. There is replayability. I know someone had asked me about updates for the game. Obviously, I'm not the developer. I'm just a player. I would personally love to see some updates. I think maybe the developer could do an update where there's actual, like a police faction that deals with impulse trading. Maybe they go around and try to destroy ships that are doing illegal impulse trading. Impulse trading should be a thing where you can actually go and buy it from like pirate stations or whatever. I think the pirates should be able to produce it if you're a bandit. If you're considered an evil faction, you should have the option to make impulse. Maybe it could be, I don't know how you would produce it, but they could produce it somehow, I'm thinking. Anyway, yeah, so guys, I started this channel off making these videos for myself, and also, if I can teach someone anything, I really enjoy doing so. I don't necessarily make these videos to entertain people or make people go, ooh, that was cool, that was funny. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not a comedian, I like comedy though, but I'm not a comedian. I do have quite a few videos where I'm playing Interstellar Pilot, and I'm actually trying to, get into battles, stuff like that, have some fun, make other ships explode. Obviously, this was just a for fun, informative video where I'm trying to answer a question. But as far as other things for the channel, eventually this might be more of a variety channel. I have gone hiking. I've recorded, deer in the wild, white-tailed deer. I had a recording on my phone once of a turtle. There's a turtle I found. I think I've deleted that video a long time ago. I'm not sure what happened to it. I've recorded a bee one time just for fun. I have pet rats. We got a lot of fun stuff I could do because I don't work, so I have a lot of free time. So based upon my interests, if anyone has any suggestions for the channel, anything else they want to see me doing, let me know. Someone asked me if I would play such and such a game, and I would love to, but I've got no income, and I only have an old computer. It's running Windows XP. It's over 10 years old. I'm on a Samsung Android phone with the free recorder, with the D recorder. Beyond that, I have no other recording equipment, so if you guys want to see me do more stuff with my channel, please let me know. but without any kind of donations, as far as monetary donations, I can't do much more than I'm doing right now, okay? Unless I run into another game on my phone, on the Play Store that I want to, play with. I have been known to do Roblox in the past. I don't do it as often now because it's just, I'm not big into roleplay. And with Roblox, it's a lot of roleplay, which, I don't know. It's not my thing. So, I'm not into shoot 'em ups. My little brother plays PUBG. So if you guys want to watch someone do PUBG, my little brother does it. He does have a channel. Let me know if you want to see his stuff. He does a great job at it. But it's not my thing. When I was a kid, I used to play, it's like a GoldenEye 007 game on my Nintendo 64. That was a long time ago, though. A long time ago. I liked shooting games a little bit back then. But mostly for me, it was like Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, Warcraft 2. Love Warcraft 2. I still do. No one plays it really online anymore, but you can still play against the computer. So if you make a really good map, you can have a good challenge still today. That's nice. In my opinion, lots of replayability in Warcraft 2. Lovely old classic PC game that, to this day, can still be replayed as long as you can tolerate the graphics. But being raised in the 80s and 90s, where, my initial gaming console was the Intellivision, followed by the 8-bit Nintendo system, where the most advanced graphics that I had seen were, it was Mario Brothers. So I'm playing Mario Brothers, Mega Man, and that was the height of graphics. Got a computer, and I'm looking at the graphics for Warcraft 2, and I'm thinking, these are pretty good graphics, the game sounds fun. So for me, it's the year 2019. Looking at the graphics here for Interstellar Pilot, I'm like this is pretty cool. Look, you got a whole star field. You got stars. You got this misty background that looks like some kind of nebula. This thing shoots missiles and it drops these green glowing balls, and you can cloak. The ship cloaks and it almost looks invisible as it flies through space. You can change your speeds and you can do these hairpin turns as this weird looking mist comes off your wings. Almost as if there was air in space, which there's not, so that's kind of weird. But it definitely adds to the effect, right? So, there's probably a lot more stuff I can do with this channel. So if anyone wants to donate, so I can get a hold of some of this stuff, please let me know. If not, that's okay. There's still a lot of free stuff I can do. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing this because I enjoy it. And if people ask me questions, I enjoy answering them. If someone says, do a pirate-themed Interstellar Pilot video, I would love to do it. Happy to do it. It's fun. I can enjoy doing it. And I can enjoy doing it for someone else's benefit. If I can do something productive to make someone else happy, I would love to do it. Especially on days where my brain's working, where I'm not in bed because of my epilepsy. As a man, I need something to do. I want to feel like I'm helping someone, giving someone else joy in their lives. So guys, I'm glad to do this, both for myself and for you guys, for the 33 subscribers I have. So, because again, Thank you very much. And this has been, again been Justin Pontarelli, flying the Orion Avenger of the Merc for Hire Faction, signing off and saying, guys, until next time, hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below. Take care, guys. Bye for now.